Steel Pan Fuh So, that's the theme for Panorama 2025. Pan Trinbago is getting ready to launch this coming weekend, and they have a whole calendar of events already planned and still adding to that calendar. This morning, I welcome PRO of Pan Trinbago, Mr. Kwesi Moore, who joins us on set to talk some more about it. Good morning, Kwesi.
Good morning, Rawkus.
How are you doing this morning?
Well, at this time on any other day, I'll be tired, but how are we talking about Pan? Energized and ready to go.
Well, I'm very grateful that you woke up early and decided to join us this morning.
Anytime.
And I'm very thankful for my pin. Let me just say good morning and thanks to the entire team. I received the Pan Trinbago pin earlier. I talked to them nice this morning, right?
It's upside down. The sticks, yeah.
I could play the sticks from on this side.
All right,
There's no need to judge me.
All right.
So first of all, let me say congratulations to the executive. You guys would have been recently re-elected into the executive of Pan Trinbago. So congratulations on that. Were you in Tobago for the carnival?
Yes.
How was the pan powder?
Amazing experience.
Yeah.
Pan and powder just keeps growing and growing from one strength to the next. And Tobago was a whole vibe. That's all I can say about it.
And I understand we have another pan and powder happening in Trinidad.
For sure.
And that's this to celebrate San Fernando City Month.
Yes. A month of celebrations happening in San Fernando this coming Saturday, the 16th of November. And we take the pan and powder model down south.
Tell me about the pan and powder model.
Sure, it's straightforward in the sense that it's a parade, but it starts off with a few stationary performances at one location, and then the crowd is taken from that location with some parading bands to another location. You have to wear white, it's a sailor theme, and you must come with your powder and have a good time. Free to the public, and come and enjoy yourself.
What does that do for the steel pan movement?
It's one of those initiatives that brings the community. I mean, Pan generally would bring the community together, but it's a signature now that we intend to take to the next level and the next level, and it encourages youth participation and youth development, and just a good time.
All right, so tell me now, we're launching Panorama 2025, and that'll be on Sunday.
Yes.
All right, so we have pan and powder in San Fernando on Saturday, and then we're launching Panorama 2025 on Sunday. A packed weekend already.
Packed weekend.
Tell me what we have in store for Sunday.
So Sunday the 17th of November, we are at Phase 2 Pan Grove, Pan Yard, Hamilton Street in Woodbrook, to launch Panorama 2025. The theme, as you alluded to before, Steel Pan Fuh So, Unleash the Power is the tagline as well.
Oh, there's Unleash the Power in there too.
Unleash the Power is in there too. And we look forward to a stellar lineup. We are featuring the winners, of course, of the Panorama 2024 competition. So we have Chord Masters in the single pan category, Tiantec New East Side Dimension in the small category, Cats and Jammers in the medium band category, and of course a joint Panorama appearance and performance by BP Renegades and Massey Trinidad All Stars. Of course, you can't forget the host band, Phase 2 Pan Grove, will also be performing, and we welcome San Juan East Side Symphony.
How come they get in just so?
We wanted to include more action on the day, so we said, all right, let's add more of the traditional art form.
All right.
The traditions of the steel pan, the origins of it. And not to forget to mention, we will have Michael Teja, Road March winner for 2024, and Farmer Nappy. Thankful.
So we're thankful as well.
We're thankful, yes.
Tell me, Kwesi, what do we have in store for 2025 that makes it different from 2024? Anything?
For us at Pan Trinbago, the fact that this Panorama is being held with the privilege of the steel pan being officially proclaimed and declared as the national musical instrument is particularly significant for us. I think that is part of the unleashing of the power. You know, we formally here, we knew it before, but something about having it official is particularly special. In 2025, we also commemorate a very significant milestone, which is 50 years of Junior Panorama.
Okay.
And we are looking forward to the showcase that the junior bands put on. And that is about it. There are some new things that we want to introduce on the marketing side, but that will be revealed in due course, of course.
All right, nice. So I understand that we're kicking things off. I mean, you have the launch on Sunday coming, and then we start the actual competition with the preliminaries in November with the single pan. So what we have up first?
The single pan category, or origins, they begin on Friday the 22nd of November, and that prelims runs in the different communities, the North, the East, South Central, and Tobago until the 30th of November. Thereafter, the successful bands will progress to the semi-finals on Saturday the 7th of December, happening at Arima. Tickets for that are only $100. And then those further successful bands will progress to the finals on Saturday the 14th of December at the Queen's Park Savannah. Tickets are only $150.
All right, fantastic. And I understand, well, I saw some flyers for the actual Panorama at the Savannah semi-finals. And this is large band semi-finals I'm talking about.
Large and medium.
Yeah, large and medium. And I saw that there was an increase in the price of the tickets from last year. Any particular reason that we...
People love the North Stand, and Pan Trinbago would like to capitalize on that that love for the North Stand, quite simply put. Yeah.
All right. So we're kicking off in November with the small single pan, single pan, and that will take us to the big. Well, people just come to the
yes. So
prelims.
we encourage that activity.
Is there a cost for the prelims?
No.
Okay.
The roving prelims that takes place in the different panyards is completely free and open to the public, and I encourage members of the public. Find a single pan band in your community. Find a small band in your community. Check the calendar and see what are their dates for prelims, and stop by even before to their rehearsals and catch them in action and patronize their bar. If they have a gift shop, patronize the gift shop, because all of that is the revenue generation that we create within the communities. Pan Trinbago doesn't benefit from that necessarily, but the bands do, which is why we kept that model. We've kept that model.
Okay.
Yeah?
For people who may not be, too accurate with the pan, right? So they might be saying, well, I like pan every now and then, or whatever the case is, but I can't differentiate, because I remember for a long time, I couldn't differentiate the difference between, what the judges are looking for when it comes to picking a good steel pan or not, right?
An arrangement?
Yeah, an arrangement. So if it is that somebody is going to the pan yards, what should they be listening for?
It varies from person to person.
Right.
What appeals to a person from what appeals to me might be different from what appeals to you. But that aside, the judges do have a set rubric to work with, which would include arrangement, and there are specific criteria for the introduction, the development of your motifs and creative ideas. Then there's tone, how well your instruments are tuned and present themselves on the day. There's rhythm, so you must keep a very tight rhythm section. So there's a set rubric that steel bands have to adhere to, and the judges look out for that. But from person to person, it may vary. What connects to your emotion might connect differently to mine.
And that's what I find so interesting, because it's a musical instrument, and we're talking music, and you're right? What connects to me might connect differently to you.
Yeah.
But in terms of being able to assess it and judge it, it is like, how do you
subjective.
judge?
It's subjective.
How do you judge something so subjective?
Which is why we just try to keep as close to the rubric as possible. And judges go through a training workshop, right, to help standardize and get everybody's minds oriented around the same idea and concept as best as possible. So we try to eliminate the subjectivity of it, but it still exists, and we can't deny that.
I know, saying you can't tell me how to not feel crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on? So, but those workshops happened already?
Yes.
And how long does that process usually take?
It's, I think, several one-day workshops throughout the year for the different categories, right? And the judges are also pooled together, and then they're shifted around to the different categories as the need may arise.
Okay, so we don't have the same judges who judge in the single pan, judge in the medium and the large?
Not always. They rotate on a yearly basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it the same people who judge the prelims that judge the finals?
Sometimes. So it starts off with a small pool of judges for the prelims, I think 3 or 4 judges, and then it expands for the semis and finals, but then there's the process of eliminating the lowest score, eliminating the highest score, and there's a judge that pulls alternate. So there's a lot of ways to eliminate bias in the system.
Yeah, I just asking because people often wonder, about what happens behind the scenes and how the assessment takes place, because everybody, like you said, subjective, and everybody have their band that they're supporting, and they want to make sure that their band is treated as fairly as possible. But getting back to the launch that's happening this coming Sunday, how much are tickets and where do we get them?
So tickets are $200 for single entry. There's a special offer, $300 for 2 persons on 1 ticket. Tickets are available physically at the Pan Trinbago office at 55 Dundonald Street in Port of Spain. For those persons in South, tickets are specifically available for you at the South Central region of Pan Trinbago's office, which is close to Skinner Park, just adjacent to Skinner Park. Alternatively, you can purchase online on islandetickets.com.
And I understand that there's also a pay-per-view option for people who may not be interested in Island Trinbago.
Yes. So you could tune into the pay-per-view option. The details are on our website and social media pages. And also tickets are available at the entrance on Sunday.
So you can pay at the door at Hardcore Phase 2 as well.
At Phase 2.
All right, man. This sounds like it's going to be a fantastic time. You ready for the season? You think you're ready?
Yeah. Yeah, well, with this new dynamic in Pan Trinbago, it may be a little bit difficult because I also deal with my large brand. You know, so I'm preparing for long sleepless nights.
Most definitely. Now, I saw that, speaking of the dynamic in Pan Trinbago, right? Right before the election, we were interviewing people on the show, and somebody mentioned that they were doing some work with some of the smaller bands, putting solar lighting in their thing. Do you know anything about that initiative in terms of the support that the executive has been able to give to initiatives like that?
Pan Trinbago gives support as needed, as much as it can during the season. We applaud the initiatives of different bands do things for themselves as well to raise funds. They have their own shows, different concerts. For example, Moods over the weekend had a fundraising initiative that was a very good event, fantastic lineup. And as much as we support bands that do their own thing, sometimes Pan Trinbago will intervene directly, give a contribution to the band who's putting on an event, give a contribution to a member who may have a illness, but is on an as-needed basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So we're getting ready for the launch. Well, Pan and Powder first on Saturday, the launch on Sunday, and then we head into the prelims of the single Pan, which is on the 22nd.
Starts on Friday, the 22nd.
And that starts in the northern region from the 22nd to the 24th, so that weekend. And then the following week, Monday,
it continues
daily. Wow.
Every
so
night.
from Monday to Wednesday, we are to the eastern region, and then from Thursday to Friday, central region, and then on Saturday, Tobago, which would be the 30th.
Yeah.
And then after that, we get to December with the following week, which is the 7th, 4 p.m. Arima Velodrome, semi-finals for the single Pan. And on the 14th, we have the finals at the Queen's Park Savannah.
Correct.
Of course, all this information is also available on Pan Trinbago's website. And of course, their social media as well. But I know everybody is really, really excited. Like you mentioned, it's 50 years of Junior Panorama. And we have the Junior Panorama. This is the finals happening on the 2nd?
The 2nd of February.
The 2nd of February. So we want to encourage people to come on now. Now, I noticed something that happens with the Junior Panorama, which is that the stands aren't always finished built by the time we do the Junior Panorama. Are there any steps in place to rectify this?
Our president has been in conversation for the longest while with the National Carnival Commission to have the North Stand built in time for Junior Panorama, because believe it or not, it's our most subscribed
I've
event.
Seen it. I believe it.
We have to clear the stands, the grandstand after each category.
Exactly,
right?
and that's why I'm asking about it, because
and
every year we see it happening, and I'm like, why we either we wait to do it or we finish building the stand. We had to pick one. You know what I mean? Because I feel like all the young people that want to come out and support, and they can't, and it could be so magical for everybody to, because I would like the primary schools to be able to experience what the secondary schools doing as well, rather than having to clear them out.
Precisely.
So I'm really happy to hear that the conversation has been happening. Do you know if it's a fruitful conversation?
Yes.
So we should be...
Yeah, as a matter of fact, on the flyer, there are ticket prices for the North Stand. The intention is for it to be up and ready in time for Junior Panorama.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Kwesi Moss said the North Stand will be up early to make sure that Junior Panorama will be accounted for. Kwesi, thank you so very much for joining us this morning.
You've been looking nice, I must say, with that TTT logo.
Yes, it's a good collaboration. I just say it, right? I just say it is a good collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for Panorama 2025. The launch is happening this coming Sunday at Hardcore Phase 2. Get your tickets and head on down. It's going to be an amazing evening. But of course, the entire festival season, we're celebrating Steel Pan Fuh So. Where is the next part?
Unleash the power.
Unleash the power. Kwesi Moore, PR at Pan Trinbago, joining us this morning to chat a little bit about it. We take a quick break and we come back with more in our morning show. Stay tuned.